Sorry I split this into two different videos. It just took forever to download. So I downloaded Oracle XE112 WinZip Win32.zip, and now I'm going to execute under disk 1 setup.exe. I think. Try that again. Alright, so you're going to see preparing to install. It's extracting the Oracle 11G Express Edition.msi. Let that run. Hit next. Accept the license. Hit next. Make no changes. Hit next. Leave this stuff the same. TNS port, MTS port, and E2TP port. Leave those the same. I'll explain what that is later. Okay. Remember this, because if you screw this up, you can't recover this. You'd have to uninstall and reinstall. This is a password for the default system account. So whatever password you pick, write it down, tattoo it on your arm, whatever you have to do. Do not forget what that password is. Give it an install, and that's pretty much it. It's going to install the Express Edition. I'm going to pause the video because this is going to take a couple seconds. There's no other changes beyond this point. Let me pause. Alright, it just showed the finish button. The next dialog was finished, and I just hit it by mistake. So, Oracle should be installed on my machine, and it is. I've got Oracle 11G Express, backup database, get started, restore database, run the SQL command line, start database, stop database. I hate to say it, unusable. Right? What I want to use is the IDE. I'll go back to Oracle and download. Get back there. Get back there. I'm looking for not Oracle database. I'm looking for SQL developer. I'll try that again. Not solutions. I'm a little slow today. Oracle database, SQL developer is here somewhere. Applications, Oracle. Darn you. Alright, I want to search for it. Lesman is sign in. Don't want to find it in Chinese. Let me find it. I found it. It's under Downloads, SQL Developer. And again, I've got Windows 32 or Windows 64, the Mac OS, Linux, or other platforms. I'm going to download. This one includes the JDK, but we already have a JDK, so I really don't need that one. I just need this guy right here, 174 megabytes. We don't need the JDKs because we downloaded that already with. Get back there. Accept license agreement, and then click the download. Alright, I'm going to pause. I'll be right back because it's going to take a minute to download. Alright, I'm back. SQL Developer, I have it downloaded. Okay, going to take this, and I created a folder under Program Files x86, which is my 32-bit side. SQL Developer, it's here somewhere. SQL Developer. I'm just going to drag this over to here. I'm going to unzip it here. Okay, so much for that. Let me move it to a folder I can actually do some unzipping. You can't unzip it in Program Files. It just doesn't do it. Alright, so I'm going to say just added it right to the C drive. Go back to SQL Developer. You know what? I'm going to use my 7-zip. No, I guess I'll use this one. Extract all. It's going to take a minute. Alright, so I've got a directory called SQL Developer. What I'm going to do is, this is just for use, for ease of use, is putting on the program files. I'm copying it and I'm moving it directly on the program files. My computer should be faster than this, but that's okay. It's almost done. Cool. Under SQL Developer, what I'm going to do is, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I want to take this guy. And I'm going to drag it over my start. I'm right-clicking SQL Developer. I'm going to hover over Start, hover over All Programs, hover over Oracle, and I'm going to copy or create a shortcut in the Oracle group. So I've got now SQL Developer shortcut.exe or SQL Developer.exe shortcut. Let's run that. I'm not going to always ask before opening the file. Click Run. It's going to ask me where, the first time you run Oracle SQL Developer, it's going to ask you the full path of your java.exe. Remember, I didn't download this with Java because I know I already have it installed. So it's looking for your full path of java.exe, and I have mine under Program Files, Java, JDK 7. Whatever, right there. So I'm going to take that, copy it, go back over to SQL Developer, paste it. Hold on. Can't find G2SC SDK installed under blah blah blah. Pause it. Alright, I'm back from pause, sorry. You know what? For whatever reason, it's not finding my java.exe, so I decided to download the SQL Developer version with a JRE. So let me get rid of the ones without JREs. I'll spare you the time that I did to re-download the full version. The full version looks like it's this guy. It's the top one. It could be that it's bound to JDK 1.6 and I have 1.7 installed, but either way. So again, extract all. This is going to take a minute. All right. Here's SQL Developer with the right JDK. Again, I apologize. Sort of going back and forth with this. I'm going to unzip it. I did that already. Copy it over to SQL Developer. Move here. There we go. That was quicker. Again, I'm going to go in under Oracle. I'm going to get rid of that shortcut that I already put out there because I killed that first version of it. So, and now we're going to do this again. Right click, drag to Oracle. Come on. There we go. And create shortcut here. Starting SQL Developer. Here's the startup screen. Takes a second. End of the day now. There we go. So just like Word opens up a .dox file, when I click all these boxes and give it OK, anything with a .sql, a .pks, excuse me, .plb, .pkb is going to be associated to Oracle. I'm going to uncheck SQL because I actually have SQL. I'm sorry, a SQL Server on this as well. I don't want them to conflict. But you check them all. Give it OK. Alrighty now. Terrific. Okay. Connections. I'm going to add a connection. And I'm going to call this MyDB. The username is going to be system. The password is that original password that you gave when you installed. I'm going to click Save Password. Let's click Test to see if I can actually connect. And status is success. I click Connect. And lo and behold, I am connected. I am connected to MyDB, which is the Oracle instance that's running on my machine right now. Let's create a user. And the user I'm going to create is going to be CISC181. Give it a password. Go to roles. Grant all roles, just because we're not going to get into difference between them. Just grant all roles. Grant all system privileges. Click apply. It'll do all the stuff sort of behind the scenes for you. And now what I want to do is connect, not with system, but with that new connection that I just created. CISC181 was my user ID. Oops, sorry. CISC181 is the username. That's the password. Connect. Look at that. I'm connected to CISC181. I'll give you one more real quick, and that's creating a table. Notice that it's a brand new schema, so there's no tables. There's probably no objects in here. I'm going to create a table. Right-click Tables. Click New Table. And student ID. Oop, I meant to be a number. It's going to be the primary key. Student name. For 50. That's my table name is going to be Stu. And if I wanted to see the SQL, if I go to Advanced and look at the DDL, which is the SQL for this, take a look at that. Create table Stu. Here's my two columns. It's got a primary constraint called StuPK. It made that name up. And that primary key is made of a Stu ID. If I click OK, Stu is created. Stu has two columns, numeric or number, and varchar2. If I wanted to create a row in Stu, I can right-click it and click Edit. Oh, I'm sorry, that's other language. If I want to create a row, if I bring up the table and go to Data and click the little Insert Row button, notice that +1. If I want to save it, I commit changes. Bam. I've got one row with my name. Look what it did down here. Insert into CISC181.stu, stu ID, stu name, values, 1 Bert Gibbons. It ran the insert statement behind the scenes, just like it ran the create statement behind the scenes. All right, so what did we do so far in this video? We installed a single-use instance of Oracle 11G Express. Took a bit of time to download and install, but there we are. I downloaded the Oracle SQL Developer with the JDK and dragged that into my program folders. I signed on with the system user ID, and then I created a new user called CISC181 and signed on to that schema. I created a table. This table has a primary key and an attribute called StuName. And from here, we're not going to go over all these different object types. We're probably going to hit tables, views, triggers. We did users already, saw what that is. The rest of these, don't worry about. This is for